The Christian Council and Evangelical Association say the election code is not being observed, and police and teachers reject government's proposal of 1% salary increase. I am Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News. The details after this.
What inspires you? Berger Paints, all the colors of you.
And every day until Christmas, get all the shades you love at a fantastic 20% discount on Berger Royale, Weatherproof Ultra, and all the popular Berger brands. Available at retail outlets island-wide. This Christmas, beautify with Berger.
Black Friday deals continue at Quartz. Get great deals of up to 50% off across the store on credit purchases 24 months and over. And even better, you pay absolutely nothing until February 2015. Deals on all week long from Monday 24th to Thursday 27th November. But hurry, as they're selling out quickly. Quartz Black Friday deals. Get them now. Quartz, bringing value home.
You just got into a car accident. Now you have to fix it and you don't have a cent. Don't worry, be happy. Your home got flooded out and you've lost it all, and chances to recover start to look very small. Don't worry, be happy.
Want to live the worry-free life today? Call us at Beacon or log on to beacon.co.tt. Beacon Insurance. Switched on.
First up in the news, the Prime Minister says he has taken a personal interest and a leadership role in ensuring that development is brought to the Carib territory. The Prime Minister told Sunday's rally in Salabia constituency previous governments had not been fair to the Carib people who shed their blood to defend Dominica.
From henceforth, every single child in the Carib territory, in the Carib territory, who get accepted into the Dominica State College shall have a full scholarship from the government of Dominica. You will be provided with books, tuition, uniform, and a transportation allowance to pay the bus fare every month. Because we have to ensure that every single child is educated in the Carib territory, and education is the way to go towards eradicating poverty.
And the Dominica Christian Council and the Dominica Association of Evangelical Churches say they are concerned that the election code is not being observed.
On Tuesday, President of the Christian Council, Reverend Dr. Novel Josiah, told Channel 5 News they intended to meet with representatives of political parties and their campaign managers again before the elections to remind them about sticking to the principles of the election code. In a recent press statement, the church's organization said the general spirit of the election code is not being observed. The Christian Council-initiated election code was signed by representatives of the Labour Party and United Workers' Party 2 weeks ago at a meeting with religious leaders. DLP's campaign manager, Dr. Vince Henderson, and president of the DLP, Ambrose George, signed the code, while opposition leader Hector John and UWP's political leader Lennox Linton signed on their party's behalf. The church organization's concern come in light of statements they heard on the political platform and on the radio with respect to candidates. Head of the Catholic Church, His Lordship Gabriel Marzer, had told the media that the political parties should guide their supporters and members on what they say on the platform.
This is a guideline that would help us to control ourselves. One would talk about policing. After some offense has been done, if we have a structure in place, then the structure will deal with the issues. But I think if we around the table are really interested in upholding these rules, I think goodwill has to prevail.
The Police Welfare Association recently met with the United Workers' Party to discuss wage proposals for police officers if the UWP forms the next government.
The meeting between the two parties took place last Thursday, a day before a government negotiating team met with the Police Association on salary increases.
They are proposing 1.5, 1.5 and 3 for the triennium. However, we know they are not in government. That is just an offer. However, we are depending on the government of the day. We propose 14.
14 for the triennium.
5, 5 and 4.
And
government is only offering 1% for the triennium.
On Friday, the Police Welfare Association rejected government's 1% salary increase for 2012 to 2015. He says they plan to meet with government's negotiating team again following Wednesday's meeting with their members.
And hopefully, I'm saying hopefully, they might change their mind. Let's hope. No, we have not decided on any course of actions yet, no. It's only dialogue and discussion. That's what we're depending on as we speak.
And the police are not the only ones who have rejected government's offer of 1% salary increase.
The Dominica Association of Teachers has also not accepted government's offer. The executive of the DAT was invited to a meeting on Friday with a government negotiating team on salary proposals. President of the DAT, Celia Nicholas, spoke to Channel 5 News on Monday.
We did respond to them very early as soon as we were called in to be told that it was 000. And we were called on Friday, which was the 21st of November at 2:30 in the afternoon, to be told that it was 1% over the triennium. And of course, we don't only deal with monetary issues, we deal with the other issues that are affecting our teachers. And what I can say at this point in time, it was not satisfactory. The response was not what we expected, and it's not satisfactory to us.
Nicholas says the general membership was informed on Friday. DAT had sent its salary proposals to government since June 16, 2014.
We are awaiting a response from the government, whether in writing or in another meeting, etc.
So where do you go from here? What will be your next step?
Well, our next step depends on what the government team tells us. And as I said, it's a negotiating process, and we are very cautious how we do it. So when we would have been told this is government's last offer, then I suppose we might have a general meeting then.
How do you see the job classification exercise affecting teachers?
When we analyzed the results of it, there were many factors in it that we were not satisfied with. And again, as soon as we were very prompt with our response, as soon as we were given the document, the Dominica Association of Teachers responded to that. And we are awaiting a written response from government.
In other news, UWP leader Lennox Linton says he's concerned about the state of agriculture in the country. Linton told a farmers' rally in Castlebruce this week the number of farmers and their income had dropped significantly since 1999.
And right now, in 2014, farmers who used to make $2,000, $1,500, $2,000 a month on average, $15,000, $16,000, $20,000 a year, found themselves with absolutely no money. So you move from $15,000 to $20,000 a year down to absolutely nothing.
Next, a Point Michelle woman on a search to find her stolen car. That and more coming up.
Black Friday deals continue at Quartz. Get great deals of up to 50% off across the store on credit purchases 24 months and over. And even better, you pay absolutely nothing until February 2015. Deals on all week long from Monday 24th to Thursday 27th November. But hurry, as they're selling out quickly. Quartz Black Friday deals. Get them now. Quartz, bringing value home.
Upgrade to the season's best shares. Get the Alcatel Pixie 2 with a great free gift. Upgrade Christmas with Lime. Upgrade to data all the way. Get the Huawei Y330 with a great free gift. Upgrade Christmas with Lime.
Spark the holiday spirit with a festive feast from KFC. Enjoy a generous amount of chicken with delicious home-style sides and a refreshing drink. KFC, so good.
I'm the first to leave town. I'm the first to go to university. I'm the first to feel this is where I belong. The first to make them this proud. And the first to start a career that will lead to better things for me and my family.
With 23 degrees of study and 60 scholarships exclusively for Caribbean students, St. George's University is your chance to be first.
This house was first purchased by the Robinsons, who then sold it to Indra Ford in 2007. She loved baking, but last year she forgot to turn off the stove. Luckily, Sagicor General was there to help rebuild. So now, the house will smell of sweetbread again for a long, long time. We know this house, like we know every house we insure. Across the land, throughout the region, we've been there. Sagicor General, wise financial thinking for life.
Upgrade to the season's best shares. Get the Alcatel Pixie 2 with a great free gift. Upgrade Christmas with Lime. Upgrade to data all the way. Get the Huawei Y330 with a great free gift. Upgrade Christmas with Lime.
Thank you for staying with us. Dominica's first and only local general insurance company celebrated its 21st anniversary with an award ceremony on the weekend.
First Domestic Insurance came on the scene at a time when many international insurance companies were pulling out of the region.
The devastating Hurricane David in 1979 saw regional companies and international companies fleeing from this region. Insurance rates skyrocketed, and the insuring public reduced remarkably on the purchase of property insurance in particular, and that was because of the high cost of insurance.
Mr. Tong says many thought his dream to enter the insurance field at the time he did was ill-advised.
Logically, this was no time for a small company to enter into the insurance field. Many people thought we were crazy. Even my former bosses from American Life and from American Home, they thought I was crazy going into the business at that time. But I saw not problems, I saw opportunities, a staircase to climb and not a stone wall to block our paths to the future.
DLP candidate for Roseau Central, Senator Alvin Bernard, congratulated First Domestic on its achievement and said government's plans to reduce the corporate tax was one way of helping companies expand and provide greater employment opportunities. He said the enactment of legislation to protect companies and clients is also critical, as that provides an enabling environment for companies like First Domestic.
These interventions has put Dominica in very good stead in terms of financial regulation. It is one that is necessary to provide confidence for investment, but to convey a sense of security and safety for business.
He commended First Domestic for its participation in the National Employment Program. Awards were presented to clients who have been stuck with First Domestic for the past 21 years. General Manager Robert Tong was among a number of long-serving employees who were also recognized during the awards ceremony.
In other news now, the Canefield Urban Council is benefiting from a donation from the Embassy of the People's Republic of China.
Chairman of the Canefield Urban Council, Simeon Albert, says the donation was made last week towards the upkeep and maintenance of the community. He says the donation was made after the embassy expressed concern about the garbage disposal and the outgrown grass in the community, including the Mont Daniel area.
In discussions with them, we requested of them that they contribute towards that aspect of the municipality, and they came up with the donation of 105 garbage bins and the chainsaw as well as the swipers, which we really want to thank them for, because not commonly you get contributions like this, and so it is a value of over $30,000, which we believe will go a very long way in the upkeeping of the area.
He says there will be a selection process for the distribution of bins.
One of the things we want to try and do is to look at the areas where people really do not have bins, and they have to dispose of the garbage on the sidewalk to avoid dogs and other animals, rats and other things from interfering with it. What we will do is we will select these areas where we make these observations, and we will hand these bins to the persons who are resident or person living in that particular area. What we want to ask residents to do is to really take care of them.
And a Point Michelle woman is on a search to find her Toyota Corolla, which she says was stolen at Point Michelle last Friday.
Joanne Warrington says her car was parked on the sidewalk outside her house in Point Michelle Village. She has used this parking spot for 3 years. This is the exact picture of Warrington's car. It's off black with license plate number PS005.
So when I got up in the morning, I saw the car. But when me and my husband said we're going for a walk, and then when I come back maybe around 6 o'clock, I will go and park the car. And make it more worse again, the car had an alarm. I don't know how the person get in that car and the car had an alarm. From the time I buy the car, I buy an alarm for $200 and I put the alarm on the car.
The car is valued at $20,000. Also in the vehicle was about $3,000 worth of clothes, which she sells. Warrington also uses the vehicle as a mobile store on Old Street in Roseau.
I'm a hard-working person. I try to struggle to make it in life, right? I still have a loan to pay. A man came down with a bus. He was coming with a bus with some people he bring into the market, and he said he saw the car come with one speed, and he even had to go on the right this side or to give it room to pass. By that place where they making the kubuli. So I report the matter to the police, and the police they said they went to Granby, Pichley and Bellevue, and they said they did not see nothing. Please bring the car. Even though you take the stuff, put the car where the police or somebody can see it, and they can report it for me to get back my car, because I need the car for me to go ahead and do my daily bread. You take the car and my daily bread, everything you take from it.
And now for the election countdown, let's go now to the Paybush constituency.
She worked as a public servant for 31 years. A primary school teacher, she also worked with the Women's Bureau and managed the Waitukubuli National Trail. She has a master's degree in rural development and a diploma in social work and management. She plans on establishing livestock and poultry farms to supply Dominica's abattoir. She also plans to construct a seaport at Ansdemay. The Dominica Labour Party candidate for the Paybush constituency, Rosalind Paul. Meet her opponent. An attorney at law for 8 years with a law degree from the Hugh Wooden Law School. Also an attorney with the government of Dominica for a few years, then a legal officer with the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. She plans to focus on the development of youth and to re-establish the traditions, ambition and drive for economic independence. She also wants to gain investment for the agricultural industry. The United Workers' Party candidate for the Paybush constituency, Unica Anthony Victor.
And now, on to the Granby constituency.
She is a registered nurse and a trained midwife, certified in public health from the University of Technology in Jamaica. This individual plans on acquiring land for a senior citizen's home, a market and a public convenience. She intends on improving the pipelines in Tetmon and Grand Colibri. She intends to construct storm drains in Montana and Geneva House. She is the parliamentary representative and the Dominica Labour Party candidate for the Granby constituency, Justina Charles. Meet her opponent, who has a bachelor's degree in educational administration from the University of the West Indies and a diploma in agriculture with a certificate in management and supervision. He was the principal of the Pierre Charles Secondary School. He intends to renovate the Tetmon and Granby Primary School. He plans on building a basketball court in Grand Colibri and to establish a center for the vagrants in the community. The United Workers' Party candidate for the Granby constituency, James Alexander. This has been your election countdown with 13 more days to the election day.
Up next, Windward's captain Liam Sebastian wants the team to regroup and play better in the ICB Regional 4-Day Tournament. Sports is next.
First up, some cricket news. Windward Islands captain Liam Sebastian feels the team needs to regroup and play better cricket if they are to contend in the ICB Regional 4-Day Tournament. The Windward sunk to their second straight defeat, going down to Guyana on Monday. Sebastian says the entire team is disappointed with the results so far.
Obviously, the mood in the camp is a disappointing mood. We have just lost 2 games and in reality, if we look at it, if we be honest with ourselves, it's 2 games that we shouldn't have lost. One that we should have won in Jamaica and at least be able to hold out for a draw against Guyana. But that's the game. I guess we lost and we have our own selves to blame. At this stage, obviously, we can bounce back. There's still a lot of games to play and we have a home game coming up against the Leeward Islands on Friday. So if we can get a win in this game, it will put us, back in terms of the confidence, get the confidence back up. It's not a position now that we will say that we at panic mode just yet. We lost 2 games. Obviously, there's concern because we haven't obtained any batting points yet. So that shows that we're not batting well as a team. Haven't been able to string over 200 runs in the first innings, and the first innings is the most crucial inning of a game in a 40 game. But it's still a lot of time, a lot of games to be played, still a lot of cricket to be played. We just have to regroup this week and go into the game against Leeward Islands strong and get as many points as possible as we can going forward.
In more cricket, an Australian cricketer is fighting for his life and is in critical condition after being struck by a bouncer on Tuesday. Australian Test player Philip Hughes underwent brain surgery after being hit on the side of the head. More in this Fox Sports report.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something I've ever seen at a cricket game before in my life. It's really shocked everyone here. So, South Australia, 2 for 136. Phil Hughes, widely tipped as the man to take Michael Clark's spot in the first test at the Gabba, batting well on 63 along with Tom Cooper. Now, Sean Abbott, the New South Wales fast bowler who's bowled about 5 overs today, has been bowling quite aggressively. He bowled a bouncer. It hit Phil Hughes. Not 100% sure exactly where the impact was. But as soon as it did, he started to look a little dazed. and then he actually just started swaying and then fell sort of flat on his face. As soon as it happened, Dave Warner, of course, former teammate and came through the youth ranks with New South Wales, he started sprinting off the field with the urgency that I've not seen on a cricket field, shouting for an ambulance towards the dressing room. At that point, players started to converge around him. Eventually, there was a medicab, as you said, taken out onto the field. They managed to get him on there and they took him straight off, where the New South Wales club doctor came straight over and started to administer CPR.
A statement from Cricket Australia said that the outcome of the surgery is unlikely to be known for 24 to 48 hours. On to football news, Mahusuka Strikettes will meet the undefeated New Generation Sports Club in a clash of the top 3 teams of the DFA Domlec Women's Football League on Wednesday. The Suka Strikettes are coming off their first loss to the defending champs, New India Goodwill Runners.
3 matches down this week in the DFA Domlec Women's League. On Wednesday, New Generation Sports Club will be looking to keep their unbeaten record intact when they take on Mahusuka Strikettes, while on Thursday, Southeast Stars and the Bomber Starlight will go in search of their first victory this season when they battle each other. Both matches will begin at 6 p.m. On Friday, defending champions New India Goodwill Runners and Dive Dominica Harlem United will clash in a crucial match at 5 p.m. Both teams are undefeated as they have won their 3 matches played to date. All matches will be played at the Buffett State playing field.
And the football action will continue in the south, weather permitting, of course, as the Carib Sand and Stones Point Michelle League continues this week.
The Carib Sand and Stone Point Michelle Football League will continue this week with 3 matches after consistent rain forced the postponement of last week's matches. On Tuesday, veterans will take on Astafans Belvisho Young Gunners, while on Wednesday it will be the clash of the undefeated teams when defending champions Ian Pinard Booker Juniors come up against A and P Lodbor. On Thursday, Jazz Limited, First World Security Ghetto Youth will do battle with Ian Pinard to Fresh Patterns. All matches will be played at the Pori playing field at 6 p.m.
And the president of the Dominica Olympic Committee and the chairman of the National Anti-Doping Agency, Felix Wilson, says stricter measures will be installed to fight against the use of performance-enhancing drugs and other illegal substances in sports. Wilson says Dominica has not had any case of anyone being caught using performance-enhancing drugs and says that NADO will continue its education drive to ensure that Dominica remains clean. He says some new deterrents will be imposed in 2015.
From time to time, and we have done that with some basketballers, we have done what is called out-of-competition testing. So, because DABA is an affiliate of the DOC, it has signed up to the code. A new one will be coming into effect January 1, 2015. And what it holds is not only the athletes who may be found with an adverse finding, that is having drugs, but also the coaches, the managers are also accountable and will be penalized much more than before.
And that's sports. You can join us next time. I'm Gavin Richards.
Your weather report is next.
The weather is brought to you by Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
Look, Mommy.
Perfect.
When you've been here, you know what's important. Protect it with Sagicor. Wise financial thinking for life.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. I'm your presenter, Marshall Alexander. Again, we begin by taking a look at earlier infrared satellite imagery and what it showed. A few low-level clouds moving across the island chain today, and this resulted in partly cloudy to cloudy skies across Dominica. Now, taking a look at earlier radar imagery and what it showed. A few scattered showers moving across the island today, and this resulted in 2.2 millimeters of rainfall reported at Douglas Chas Airport and 4.4 millimeters reported at the Canefield Airport. Tonight's weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy and breezy with some scattered showers. Similar conditions can be expected into tomorrow. Sea conditions are expected to be moderate in open water with swells up to 8 feet. Small craft operators and sea bathers are advised to exercise some caution. Conditions for the next 3 days: partly cloudy skies with some scattered showers can be expected throughout the 3-day period, with a reduction in wind speed expected as we approach Friday. Conditions for the rest of the Caribbean tomorrow: conditions expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with some scattered showers. Also, breezy conditions can be expected and increasing cloudiness expected across the extreme southern portion of the island chain. Our international cities forecast: some snow expected in New York, with overcast skies expected in Miami, some rain expected in London, some thunderstorm activity expected in Caracas, with mostly cloudy skies expected in Beijing. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:13 a.m. and sunset will be at 5:32 p.m. For more information, you can visit our website at weather.gov.dm or call the weather hotline at 447-5555. Join us tomorrow for another weather broadcast. Have a good night.
And that's news. The headlines: the Christian Council and Evangelical Association say the election code is not being observed. Police and teachers reject government's proposal of a 1% salary increase. Send your questions and comments to news@mapping2k4.com. For instant access to the news, you can download the Turn Up 767 app. On behalf of the production team, I am Julian Morris. Thanks for watching.